Hell Night. Excellent. Someone finally made a movie about the time I tried the world's hottest gummy bear. Careful, this story's gonna be mighty disgusting. You'll need to cover yourselves in garbage bags in the front row once the spray kicks in. Oh wait, college Hell Night, never mind. It'll just be about me getting alcohol poisoning instead, combining an 80s slasher movie with elements of a Roger Corman-style spook house movie. It's the story of a hazing ritual gone terribly wrong when new pledges spend the night in a murder house where, oops, the murderers are still there and pissed that they were never accepted into USC. The film is so collegey, it was written by Randy Feldman, who wrote it when he was just out of college. Feldman, who later wrote Tango and Cash and Metro, would shop the script around to a lot of studios, till it caught the eye of Bruce Con Curtis and Irwin Yablans of Compass International Pictures, who put out Halloween, and Curtis had also worked on Roller Boogie and Born Innocent with Linda Blair, who would star in the film, making her return to horror since '77's Exorcist II. The director would also do uncredited work on the Linda Blair cult classic Savage Streets. And wait, Tom DeSimone? I know him. He directed Chatterbox. Whoever has the talking vagina will be immediately initiated into the club. It had some other names too who would go on to bigger things, such as Frank Darabont being a PA on it, and it was executive produced by Chuck Russell, later of Elm Street 3, The Blob, and The Mask. It was shot by Mac Ahlberg, who later shot The Reanimator and From Beyond, with music by Dan Wyman, who was an orchestrator on Halloween and later composed The Lawnmower Man. Hell, according to Vincent Van Patten, Kevin Costner was a grip on it, but cut from the credits. Must be the early years of his Big Chill character. Despite negative reviews at the time, it turned in a little bit of a profit, but the reviews would turn more positive over time, especially with its social class themes of a working class hero amongst the more upper class fraternity members and the deformed killers being ignored and hidden by their wealthy family. Sounds to me like quality Mayor material! And it's hard not to rent the hell out of something with this eye-catching poster. It's great going back to these advertising works of art, especially after things I've spotlighted lately looking like this. So grab a sleeping bag and a spot on the dirty mansion floor and pray for day. Whatever, I'm recording this in the day. Time for Hell Night. I'm watching my video. I'm watching my video. Oh, watching my video. Sure looks good to me. Not only does Hell Night start right now, but fast too. The days when the college party atmosphere had the sweet guitar and cleanliness of a 70s biker movie. Seriously, bro, who brought their grandpa to this shindig? Someone's here gotta be the narc. They are moving and grooving to the beat that even the opening credits are tripping the F out. It's actually an easy explanation why this party is so off the rails. The clock tower, of course! This is the alternate universe Hill Valley when Biv has the almanac. I, for one, can't drive 55. No, really, I can't. I'll run someone over. I'm just going to impress the ladies by doing some small circles. What do you say we move this party indoors? Look, we've got real-life Donkey Kong. And hell yeah, the cast of Debbie Does Dallas made it. I didn't think they got our invitations. Truly, this is the place to find love.
Hi, I'm Peter Bennett, president of Alpha Sigma Rho. Are you one of our sorority sisters?
Go for it, girl. He knows how to party. That's Kevin Brophy, whose picture screams, hop on in, we're starting a band and hitting the road. He's better with the ladies than his friend is.
You're in your big brother fraternity. Don't you think you ought to show a little respect?
Asked the virgin. But he's got his eye on Marty, played by Linda Blair, while her friend is more into Peter, 'cause duh.
Ah, that's Peter Bennett, president of the fraternity house. He lives all year for Hell Nights.
Wow, he was born to peak in college. With these close quarters and everyone reaching for beer and cigarettes and ass, she looks like, can we get to the murder house soon? I'd actually feel safer there. Plus, there's more space. I wasn't claustrophobic till now. I like how this party isn't crazy enough for them. There's not enough broken shit yet.
Look at Sikowski. He hasn't even barfed on the trophy case yet.
Hell yeah, JJ Gross Out Gombrowski is here. Come on in. He's got a stag reel of the ladies in the showers. But anyway, as they hit the road to be extras in Black Klansmen, they are taking extra precautions not to hit anyone along the way. Drive 4 miles an hour and light torches. A murderous fisherman is not gonna ruin our 4th of July if we hit him. Speaking of which, surprisingly, this isn't a holiday movie, but given that it starts out as a costume party, you could watch it on either Halloween or New Year's Eve, and it totally works. I bet they got a foolproof plan to make it into the castle. Damn, these kids aren't fucking around wanting to see Boo Radley. I guess this is the only way to join the fraternity or a sorority.
In order to be a member of Alpha Sigma Rho, one has to do what? Mr. Reed?
Steal a Quaker Oats recipe? So they have to stay in Garth Manor for one night. And why is that?
Because 12 years ago, Raymond Garth murdered his family here and then committed suicide.
Excellent. Love your Pasadena accent. And most importantly, if anything happens to me, your humble leader, just blame the warriors over there. Can you dig it? The Garths have a nice mansion, but something unsafe must be lining the walls because apparently they had nothing but mutant children.
She was so hideously deformed that it was impossible to tell from looking at her if she was male or female.
It's Pat, they called her. Hideous creature she was. Drove that poor Charles Rocket insane, she did. I like the odds of surviving this hell night. We got Errol Flynn and James Garner on our side. Not only are we going the long way to the front door, but he's also going the long way in telling the story. This isn't just an exposition dump, it's an exposition landfill. He talks so fast, I can't keep up with which Garth family member is which. Basically, to sum it all up, the father, Raymond Garth, killed his wife and deformed children, then killed himself, but Andrew and Morris, 2 of the deformed kids, were never found. You're just trying to pitch this story to Ryan Murphy, aren't you? With all these capes, this story is ripe to become fabulous. Apparently this was an extremely grueling shoot with a very tight schedule, shooting 6 days a week, 18-hour days, and through the holidays. That's nothing that locking you all inside till you deliver a finished product can't solve, but some of the performers still cherished aspects of it. Kevin Brophy still kept his purple cape and wore it every Halloween after. However, we stopped jousting with cars and torches once we squared off with a semi-truck. Hey guys, what if we just hang out up here by the gate? No, nothing will happen if we do that. And by that, I mean hooking up.
Because it's getting as cold as a hound's pecker in December out here.
I'll keep you warm, Wes.
The name is Seth.
No, you're not. You're Vincent Van Patten, one of the Van Patten boys. Timothy's ninja skills could have come in handy to survive the night. You know, if we get even more wasted, we won't remember getting murdered come sunrise.
Quaaludes
Looky here.
and Jack Daniels.
Okay.
It's a little concoction I made called the 80s. Peter Barton has decided to remain sober. He needs to complete this initiation so he can graduate right into getting his face crushed in by Jason in the final chapter. A sad way to go for, this part-time Osmond brother. It's here, though, that we get to the film's social class themes, i.e., we have to talk about this stuff once every hour. We are in college, after all.
The rich capitalist feeds on the life of the downtrodden poor.
Figures are radical. Probably majoring in political science with an emphasis on terrorism.
No, you condescending tool. I'm gonna be an entomologist. I have a hunch the others in the group aren't debating politics as much. Damn, Mr. Burns is gonna be furious at Otto for trashing his room. Well, if this dude is majoring in surfing, he's gonna graduate at the top of his class. He's more interested in explaining surfing than he is sex. Oh no, I'm sorry. I went too soon, and it's all over your hip. These can't be the only ones trapped in a murder house waiting to be fed to a killer. These three will sneak in and make the place look even more haunted by also getting killed. You're interrupting this love story where rich guy Jeff is shocked that she knows how to fix a car.
Car's not so bad. I had to do a little bit of work on the brakes.
Wait a second. You replaced the brakes yourself?
Well, it's easy. I strapped some of my skater brakes onto the car tires. My idiot sorority sisters didn't know the difference, and it got me free room and board. He's trying to pay attention to her. It's just that, that luscious top she's wearing happened to catch his dick on fire. They picked the most gullible bunch. They just have to play some sound effects of screaming to get them to go full-on mystery machine mode.
Here. It's coming from the 3rd floor. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm going to sleep. His effects box will run out of batteries at some point. Or we can just turn the thing off. Damn it, they were smart enough to know where noises come from. Should we even keep doing this, guys? They found our sound box. Anything else we do, they're gonna know it was us. Let's just leave it to the real killer inside, who needs to hurry up and finish off some of these people quick.
What a little twat. We should have left her behind.
Wow, Artie Ranson will deserve getting his face melted off. With a mansion this big, the killer will have a ton of intricate places to hide. Oh my god, how did I not see him in that giant hole that was right there next to me? And guys, good news, I found the wine cellar! And we're all drinking red. This is all ruining our future one-night stand. Hang on, babe. I'll be right back. I still don't think we have enough candles yet. Jeff, don't leave. We have candles. Okay, see? I'm getting more candles and that's all there is to it. Let's go ahead and take a break. The beer bladder is starting to kick in. Gotta find the restroom in this maze.
Before the initiation begins, even their dreams are recorded. The ceremony that will never die, as long as new blood is pledged.
We're back and the ghosts are right on time. Please tell me we snuck into a Disney World attraction? She doesn't know whether to be frightened or get something from the gift shop.
May! Peter! I'm scared!
I'm very confused as to whether I'm scared. Impressive effects, boys, and I appreciate I didn't have to wait 2 hours in line first. Linda Blair's delivery in this is actually pretty awesome.
What happened?
I just had a little trick played on me. I got locked in there with a ghost.
As you do. Look, we need to find out if Peter took hologram equipment from the science lab, and how many years have they been doing this? They have hiding spots of their own. Yes, excellent. Nothing will scare them more than barging in the room dressed like Johnny Charo. And he's finally putting it together that his friend Scott is kind of a creep.
You know something, Scott? I think you enjoy this a little too much.
He has a whole squad of missing cheerleaders under his bunk. I like that not only does it combine slashers and old haunted house movies, but it's also kind of an R-rated 80s version of those animated Scooby-Doo movies, where they find out what all of the special effects and tricks are and the logical explanations behind them before the actual villain is figured out. Until then, oh my god, you guys, this is gonna be great! Surely they'll shit their pants over my goblet filled with straw that smells like manure. It's okay, he's got a parrot on his shoulder to keep a lookout. Uh-oh! Let's just say whoever the killer is, I'm still not convinced he's a villain. Scotty here had to go, and this is a good sign too. Linda Blair will easily be able to survive this kind of head twist. It looks like whoever left this house must have done so in a hurry. We only have time to take one painting off the wall. Now grab it and get the hell out of here. Also, they left behind Jacques Laline. I don't even know why they're trying to get any sleep. Not because there's a killer in the house, but because who knows if one of their frat brothers is gonna shove a pie in their face, or if one of the candles will burn the place down.
Jeff,
Yeah?
blow out the candle.
Which one? The 50 that I have, or the other 50 that are in Seth and Denise's room? God, can't sleep. Could be from the blinding light of the candles. I'm too lazy to blow all these out, so more booze will help me sleep. And why does she need to carry one with her? Is it too dark in here without it? Well, maybe this way I can get a little glance at the person who's gonna kill me. There really is no middle ground to their pranks. Either they just have some spring snakes in a drawer, or there's the magic mirror that shows his ghostly mask over their face. They had all the budget and no budget. It's weirdly also the same plot as a Medea Halloween, which also featured prankster frat boys and their complicated ways of making the house haunted, and where the pranksters became the prankies. Don't be too upset. You're far better off without Scott around. Yes, it may be shocking to see Scott's dead body, but I suggest you just leave the corpse there. That'll save money next year for the new pledges. You don't have to put up any cheap skeletons or Halloween decorations anymore. Scott's body will be good and moldy by then. They actually did have a few locations when shooting it. The hedge maze had to be added in since there wasn't one on the property, while the exteriors were the Kimberly Crest Mansion in Redlands, California, and the inside was a house in Pasadena that I hope has fire insurance. Missed opportunity to put the frozen body of Jack Torrance in the maze. I'm sorry, we can only afford one of the Hills Have Eyes mutants. He's been stuck in here for years. That explains his face. These two, though, know that they're in a slasher, so they're playing it safe and sleeping in twin beds. There'll still be some flirting.
When I was a kid, I thought I saw a witch. You know how you wake up and see things?
That's okay. You're hot. See all the imaginary people you want. Totally worth it. But anyway, what's going on with the other couple? Oh, of course. I'm surprised it took this long to go full terror at Orgy Castle. They clearly like it better when someone is lurking in the shadows watching. With Seth going to the restroom, now the killer can strike by asking, was it necessary to also light the fireplace? Though this reveal is a pretty creepy shot. Who are you? You want the Phantasm Mortuary down the road. The important thing is that Seth keeps the place as warm as possible. Perfect. It'd be a chilly 85 degrees without you here, Fire. When he finds her severed head in the bed, that's when I wonder why Vincent Van Patten isn't listed among the great 80s scream queens. Well, I know that sound. He just ejaculated on her hip again. Let's go help them clean up. Kudos to the characters for immediately knowing that the severed head is real. If it were Peter that did that, he'd just place an obvious horse mask on a bed and toss some ketchup on it. They're even making the wise decision of getting the hell out of there, although there's one little detail they should have picked up on earlier.
What are you doing?
Planks!
Well, yeah. Did you think he sent you in there with a loaded gun when he was planning on jumping out and scaring you all night? Also, there's gotta be some part of the wall surrounding them that would be easier to climb over, or just go back inside and grab a table or a chair and bring it out to stand on. Surely there's no reason to only pick this part where it'll slice your hand and puncture an artery. It doesn't matter. The important thing is that he succeeded.
Seth, hurry.
I will, darling, I will.
And then he went back to his dorm, fell asleep, and they never saw each other again. While they're killing time waiting for Seth, they can take a moment to check out the grounds some more. I know we're traumatized from seeing Denise's severed head, but this really is a lovely mansion. I can't believe it's been on the market for so long. I'm sure that gave them the idea to search the place for any valuable item you could pawn the hell out of. That'll make up for the loss of your friends. Oh, there's where I put my golden Rip Torn statue. At least they've taken my advice on other things. See, using Scotty's dead body as a scary prop works wonders. They are shitting their pants right now. I sure hope Seth is okay, though.
Open the door! Please!
Oh no, I'm not falling for this again. And where did everyone go? Some college hell night party this is. It's getting pretty late, guys. We do have a test in the morning. Let's all go home and study. We'll clean this up after a good night's rest. They probably could have knocked on more houses if, these two also found a way over the gate or the wall. What, are you kidding? Look what it did to Seth's shirt. It ripped it. This shirt is a rental. I'll take my chances with the Garths. Plus, they officially have the place to themselves. Less people in the house means it's the first time someone didn't go overboard with the candles, but here it's working against him. Damn, bet you wish you had about 50 more on you right now, huh? He doesn't need it anyway. This place is already lit good enough, and he's got his trusty pitchfork to make sure none of his no-good frat brothers go a-touching his beautiful daughters. Let's take another break. Even the faculty is getting bumped off. No! They killed Professor Ray Palmer the Atom! Thanks to everyone who voted for this episode in our Patreon poll. It was another that came awfully close. But alas, If You Could See What I Hear still hasn't found its way to the finish line. Though the biggest surprise is that I thought Fear would do a little bit better. But I guess it isn't roller coaster season yet. Contribute to polls and see episodes in advance by joining us over at patreon.com/the Cinema Snob. We're back and Seth has to use the toilet real bad. Surely the police station will still be open, and then maybe he can talk to the police if he remembers.
You kids have been getting away with murder all night long. Now either you get the hell out of here, or you're gonna spend a night in jail.
I told you I am not Billy Zabka. I am the hero of this 80s movie. I mean, he could show them that the wound on his shoulder is real, but plan B is better. Simply break into where all the guns are just freely lying out on the table. What were they planning on doing? Holster yourselves up, men. We're gonna make sure no one is gonna waste our town's toilet paper ever again. And put the guns near an open window so that whoever escapes can still be protected from drunken frat boys behind the wheel. While shots like that are funny, the movie still goes back to being creepy pretty quick, sometimes in the same shot. It's funny that he has his pitchfork up to keep them horny kids off his land, but then, oh shit, that rug is alive! I knew objects in this house had to come to life at some point. Imagine how much better their pranks would be if Peter and Scotty knew beforehand about all these trapdoors.
He's still alive. And he's down there someplace.
Well, close it back up and let's go to bed. If the cellar worked in The Evil Dead, it could work for us. Excuse me, it's a little dusty down there. Ugh. No, Jeff, no, you never finished The Evil Dead. Can we at least wait for Seth to show up in a tank or something? Forget that, I can handle this myself.
Jeff, this is crazy.
I'm not stopping till I get him.
Why don't we just try climbing the gate again? The deeper they get, and with all these hiding places, they are finding a whole lot of nope.
He must be in there.
Ooh, feel like I step on fortune cookie. God damn it, you're not gonna find anything good down here. Not only are their dead friends stuffed away, but there's no way that food is sanitary. Where in the world is Seth? Seth never would have made it past the rats. He hates rats. He's scared to death of them. All this racket you're making, he's gonna know you're down here, and he does not have enough food to serve all of you. Could be okay. Maybe it's Justin Long wanting to measure the space. And I'm still loving the side plot about Seth's adventures in helping his friends.
Get out! What do you want?
Well, the important thing is he got himself a car. I'm gonna be very upset if action hero Vincent Van Patten makes it all the way back and still screws up. However, he does need to let Jeff have it for not finding the opening in the gate that they easily could have escaped through. No, Seth is destined to be the Raj of the movie. The smartest character here is polite enough to want to return the weapon back to the station when he's done. Do something badass. Yeah, I'm definitely calling this dude. If my house is ever infested with rats and mutants, he's not gonna let these rodents come back. You always have to put at least 12 shots in the mutants to make sure they go down. Now they can all go home, earning the right to take control of the school's Greek council.
The stinking cops wouldn't believe me, so I had to come here by myself. I killed him out by the pond. You should have seen him, man.
No, it can't be. I hate when the hero dies. And he was all prepared to use that heroic story to get so laid at every future party. Adding 2 killers was something that was added in a later draft, but at what cost? This guy is not getting his car back. I do wonder how many times they've previously done this initiation for Hell Night. It implied earlier that they send their new pledges here every year. Did the deformed Garth's sons simply just have enough after all this time? In the previous year, was he like, I swear if they barge into my house one more time and use up all my candles and wine, I'm gonna do something about it. That's it. This is the last year I let this fraternity in here without at least giving me an honorary membership. I do like this movie. Doing all of those 80s in film series and the 60s in film series, it's cool watching one that combines them both and makes it work. It does the 80s partying young people slasher entertainment well, but has some cool shots like I'd see in a Poe adaptation. Like the mutant will rip the mask off and it'd be Vincent Price this whole time, and with superhuman strength. I didn't even hear him land. I think he's flying up to outer space. Also, if you get yourself an 80s Linda Blair movie, you and your friends are set for the night. I mean, yeah, The Exorcist is her best film, but people sleep on just how great her 80s filmography is. There's women in prison films, there's awesome sleaze-filled revenge movies, there's zany, underrated comedies like Night Patrol. Sure, a lot of these didn't have the best reviews at the time, but if one popped up late at night on cable TV back in the day, you're in for a wild night of entertainment. This one stands out too in that it's not really a revenge slasher, and I do love revenge slashers, but I've been watching so many of those lately that it's nice to revisit one where they just simply went to the wrong house. And the only way out, get yourself a working class hero who actually does know how to fix the stalled horror movie car and knows exactly how to drive it to defeat the monster on top. I am not a gate, I am a human being! You know what could have really helped these Garth boys? Vitamin D, just saying. And if you're wondering if they'll sequel bait by making the monster gone at the end, nope, it's sunrise and he's still there. Now he can join Scotty and also being part of the main decorations for next year's initiation. Marty will get to join the sorority on a trial run. Unfortunately, the end credits caught her in mid-sneeze, I know the feeling, which will be a very bad picture for her school ID. Now that we've looked at something from the 80s, why not check out a full video of the year 1963? We've got plenty of house hauntings there, where the mutants will go full Richard Keel. See all 4 hours of the Cinema Snob's 1963 in film, up now on Channel Awesome. Put it on while you work, it's perfect for that.
Peter! Scott! And all the rest of you!
Everybody, come and join the party.